Alright, it's been about 5 days. Got my stator in. I'm gonna take the box open here and take a look. This looks like it slid out of the box a little bit. That's alright. Alright, let's see. How close is it to the old one? Same. That's a good thing. So all the parts and pieces are here. The connectors are right. Sweet. Well, let's start putting it in. Oh, I even got a connector for the other side too. And a new gasket. Awesome. Alright, I think I got everything kind of put together here. I had to kind of stretch the wires to the grommet on this side to make them fit in this channel. Since these screws were so hard to pull off, I had assumed that there was some sort of Loctite or retaining compound on them, so I put that back on it, some blue Loctite back on each one, just because I don't want this coming off while it's inside the case on the engine. Then I cleaned up the gasket surface, so I think this thing's ready to be mounted back up. The only thing left I gotta do is I'm gonna pull these connectors out, or pull the terminals out of this connector and this connector, so I can run it up through where the starter's at, to make it a lot easier. So okay, so I changed up my plan a bit. So when I pulled this stator apart, the wires were going down through this channel here that goes next to the starter. And I don't know if you guys can see in there, this kind of covers in the way, but they get wedged down in there and between the starter and the case, and I don't really like that. Plus it'd be really hard to feed that back up through. So I've decided to route it on the outside here on the drive, and then I've positioned it in a way where it's not going to interfere with me putting the cover back on. So I know the wires are not getting pinched. There's a little access hole kind of right here before this bolt, and then I can run it up and then just put the connector on. So I know that's good. I'm going to run it that way. I've kind of just connected up the neutral, the kickstand switch up, and then I'm going to connect this connector back up and get it to a point before I reassemble everything else. I wanted to start it and just verify that by me putting this new stator in that actually fixed the issue. So let me finish buttoning this up and we'll crank it over. Alright, I got the connectors back on here. The connector with the two wires, green and blue, you have to make sure that you put those wires back in the right location, matched up with the other connector. And then the 3-phase stator windings, you don't. You can just put them in any order. Clip them back in, put the connector back on. I'm nearly ready to actually start this thing up again, except for I need to do an oil change because I'd lost a bunch of oil when I pulled the side of the case off. So I went ahead and bought an oil filter and new oil. So I'm going to do the oil change real quick. Then after that, I'll be ready to fire it up. Okay, I know it doesn't look complete, but everything's plugged in. I want to test before putting all the panels, air box, and everything back in. Finished the oil change, and now I think I'm ready to get it started up. So hopefully the battery's got enough juice in it. So we'll see. Key on. Well, it looks good. Let's see, choke. Choke's on. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Why is nothing happening? Oh, that's why. Come on. Come on, give me some pop off here. Alright, well, here's a fun fact. Sometimes these come wired backwards from the factory. So your pickup wire here, the green and the blue, I found out, those are wired backwards. So now the green goes to the blue and the blue goes to the green on the connector, and now it should fire up now. Just like that. Alright, right now I got the wires hooked into the connector for the regulator rectifier, the power and ground, and I believe it's charging now. Goes. That's what you want to see there. And I got the same thing at the battery. So it's doing its job. And it's 14.5 volts up there when you rev it up. Alright, that's it. Got her all back together. She's charging now right around 14.2. And she's looking good. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you guys like what I do, please consider subscribing and maybe hit the like button too. Alright, see you guys in the next one.